and everyone missed the snap. Don't want that to happen. So here we go. Hey, everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got some big news out of BRICS. We've got Putin. We've got South Africa in each corner. We got all kinds of news. I've got 3 different stories to go over with you and something interesting about gold. All right. First one, this is out of livemint.com, and it's entitled President Putin, Vladimir Putin, reveals the reason for not attending the BRICS summit. Says, don't think my presence, and then ... You guys know I love ... I'm like, I'll pull. I'll bite. It says here, Russian President Vladimir Putin, while attending a press conference on Saturday, downplayed concerns regarding not attending the BRICS summit in Johannesburg, the first in-person BRICS summit since the pandemic is scheduled to be held from. They issue a arrest warrant. What are you going to do? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that Putin has something up his old sleeve there, and I believe he's actually going to show up, and I believe that they're going to be a little surprised. And so here we go. It says here, replying to a question about not visiting South Africa for the summit. Let's do this real quick. All of a sudden, something wrong. The Ninja's computer is going a little nutty. This happened on the last live stream. All of a sudden, this is interesting. Putin said, do not think of my visit to the BRICS summit is more important than me staying in Russia. The Russian president also added that he is in contact with leaders of all of the BRICS countries. Russia had previously clarified that Putin would not be attending the BRICS summit in person, while Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, if I get that right, would represent the country. South African President also had made similar statements on the matter. And this is because an arrest warrant was issued, right? The one way they can get him to stop, because the Western worlds, US, Canada, Europe, trying desperately to stop the formation of the BRICS nations. And more countries, it literally seems like every week or so, are joining. And I'm going to hit that story in just a second. But it said right here, by mutual agreement, President Putin of the Russian Federation will not attend the summit, but the Russian Federation will be represented by Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. South African presidency said in a statement earlier this month, move was seen as a major setback for Putin, who has touted his relationships with the BRICS countries. All right, so stand by, check this out. But wait, there's more. It's like the Ginsu of news, BRICS news. Check this out. Now, a lot of people may think this next story doesn't mean anything. They're like, this country is just crazy. As a matter of fact, I was wallpapering my wall with some of their currency earlier today. I mean, stand by. I wasn't joking. And many of you may think that this doesn't matter because this country has been riddled with currency problems forever. Sorry, I'm in my garage right now. Ooh, hello, car. It's okay, dig around. This is awkward. All right, let me stand by. All right, here, coming back. Hopefully the mic feed is still good. We're going multiple rooms here. But I was playing paper mache, wallpapering my room. Let me stand by here. Let me pull this out. Oh, look at this guy. Buddy of mine, David Morgan. And this country right here. Oh. The Bank of Zimbabwe. Now, to say that Zimbabwe has had, let's say, currency issues in the past is an understatement. But my next story here, Zimbabwe requests to join BRICS new development bank. Now, this country has natural resources. Check this out. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this live, okay? It's a little awkward. Always wanted to be a newscaster. Couldn't pass Coolidge, but here I am now. Not looking. Okay, here we go. Check this out. This is live. Oh, this is not working out good. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it. Yep, computer's screwing up. What's going on with my computer? Point being is this. Zimbabwe has resources. Mismanaged, of course, but they have resources. And they are yet one more brick, pardon the pun, in the wall that is being set up right now against our country. Quite frankly, I find it alarming. Now, it says here, and this comes out of English.news.cn, it says Zimbabwe has applied to join the new BRICS Development Bank. They have President Emron Mnangagwa. That's how I pronounce it. has said the country has submitted to request to join the NDB and expects to have the support of Russia. Mendangawa was quoted as saying by the state-run Herald newspaper Friday, he made his remarks during the bilateral meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin Thursday in St. Petersburg, Russia. See, Putin's getting super tight with all these guys. The Zimbabwean president is among various African leaders attending the second Africa-Russia Economic and Humanitarian Forum that closed Friday. The forum was held ahead of the 15th BRICS summit that will be held in South Africa in late August. Wait a minute. Putin can't go to Africa, arrest warrant. So let's invite them all to Russia ahead of time. Wait a minute. That was really tricky. The NDB is a multilateral financial institution established in 2015 by the BRICS countries, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Its main purpose is to fund infrastructure and sustainable development projects in BRICS countries and other emerging market economies and developing countries. Now, the Associated Press, because they always tell the truth, check this story out. Just came out just now, because the rhetoric's getting ramped up right now in regards to BRICS and how they must be stopped and they're bad and they're not going to go anywhere, right? This story is entitled "Putin is downplaying skipping South Africa summit amid ICC warrant controversy." It said the Russian president appeared to downplay not attending an economic summit in Johannesburg next month amid a controversy over an arrest warrant issued against him by the International Criminal Court. Wonder who made those guys in charge. Probably the same people that made the WEF in charge, the World Economic Forum, or the WHO. I know who, the WHO, World Health Organization. Who puts all these guys in power? I don't know. I want to meet that dude one of these days. He's probably a little tiny dude sitting behind a green curtain in an emerald city. Putin's remarks come more than a week after South African authorities said he will not attend the August 22th, 24th gathering. Well, why? At this point, you're having everybody show up to your country, which brings together a block of developing economies known as BRICS because of the warrant, even though he was initially invited. It's almost like it was planned. The Kremlin has said the Russian president will take part in the summit via video link, but didn't provide a reason for the decision and didn't say whether Putin had ever intended to attend in person in the first place. Now, this is the real juicy part of this whole story. This is what I got you guys here for. And ladies. Can't forget the ladies. This is out of Kitco. BRICS currency could royal gold. Does that mean what I think it said? Do you guys take that title to mean compete? Am I reading this right? To put yes if that's what it means. Put no if no, I'm reading too much into it. BRICS currency could royal gold. Or does it mean royally upset gold? I think that's what it means. Treasury markets, even if it doesn't displace the US dollar. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we buy gold. Because all the rich people are buying it. Countries are buying it. Don't listen to me. I'm just a dude with a brohawk. Despite denials from the host country, some market analysts believe that a gold-backed BRICS currency announcement may still be forthcoming at the August summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. According to a recent report from London-based cross-border capital, the BRICS economies look set to endorse a new gold exchange standard by using their swelling gold reserves to back a new international currency unit so far unnamed. Gold. They characterize this as the most important development in the international finance since 1971, the Nixon shock. When that dude that breaks laws said that he was going to temporarily suspend the gold window, temporarily suspend the conversion of US dollars into gold. Really, because France was riling him up in the country at the time. And now look at France is starting to rile up the Union, the European Union right now by saying, hey, see these BRICS? Looks like they're building something real strong over there. It's like they got themselves a good foundation. Good. We should go deal. We should go. You know what? You guys stay here. We're going to go over there. That's what's happening right now. It's like history's repeating itself. Cross-border capital sees the BRICS currency as a potential power play by China, which has made clear its goals of rivaling U.S. dominance in international finance. And why not? I mean, do you honestly, type 2 if you blame China, type 3 if you think, yeah, if I was China, I'd be trying to run the world too. I mean, pretty much if I was Portugal, I'd try and run the world. That's not going to probably work out too well. But I mean, if I was Turkey, well, okay, let's put it this way. If I was a big country, lots of resources, China, Russia, South Africa, India. Oh yeah, that's pretty much. I would do the same thing. I would try and run the world. It says, I'm not gonna read that. I don't like that. Rising gold reserves, and the bloc may soon have the gold to back their purported ambitions. You know what's funny? Let me just throw this out there. You know that they don't have to have all the gold. They don't got to buy up all the gold to have a gold-backed currency. No, they could actually just buy some gold and then go, we're going to start a currency and we're going to attach it to gold. And every time we add it'll be like a fractional reserve, Say we got a couple tons right here. Ninja, that's not a lot of gold. I know, but this is the story. A couple of tons. And we're gonna make ourselves a new BRICS currency. And we're gonna tie it to that couple tons of gold. And that couple tons is gonna go in a building, and we'll actually film it, unlike Fort Knox. And you can only issue so much new currency based off of how much gold you got. So if you want to issue some more currency, you got to put a little bit more gold in there. Yeah, but Ninja, that's not all the gold. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. See, we got away with it for a long time. China knows this. So does Russia, India, South Africa. You get the Brazil. You get my point. Then they got all these rich people. They bought all this gold. Well, as this currency starts taking hold, and it's going to because they have a lot of business partners. I mean, they got Mexico signing up. France wants to sign up. What was it? Zimbabwe. There was another one today too. I can't even stay up with all this news. Like Portugal, I think. No, hold on. Stop. Watch this. We'll do this. We're gonna do this live. BRICS. We're just gonna type it in, all pretty like. BRICS. We're gonna hit news. Stand by. Bolivia. Can you Bolivia that? Bolivia president to attend BRICS summit and bid for new investment. What? This is coming to you live. It says right here out of Reuters. And look at this dude. He's like, I've got a great idea. Bolivia now wants to join too. So it's almost like they're going, okay, we're going to start this new currency. We're going to back it with gold. We already have a consumer base, a customer base. Hey, you cool with our gold? You cool with it too? We're gonna audit it independently. You guys can audit it, unlike what the U.S. lets everyone else do. Okay, and we're all gonna have this plan now. We're gonna use this currency. We're all invested. Go team. Put it in. Bam. That's what they're gonna do, and it's a very serious threat. But here's the thing: they only have 2 tons of gold. Let's say in the ninjas hype scenario. Well, then, but there's all these rich people all around it that are involved in these countries and are in the know, and they all own gold too. What happens when that currency starts taking hold and it starts to grow and more countries go, we want some of that gold-backed currency? Because at any time you could just trade it in. We're not going to be like the U.S. and turn you down temporarily in 1971. Man, temporarily sure is a long time. But anyway, going back to that. So as it grows and more utility is found for that currency, well, they're going to go, well, we want this to grow because Mexico's like, we want some. And France is like, what about us? And Germany's like, da. They're going to need more currency. So that means they got to buy some more gold. So it causes demand on gold. And all those people go, well, we won't take $2,000 for gold. We want like $2,500 or we want $3,000. And so they're like, okay, we just want to expand our currency. Okay, we're going to buy more. And then that 2 tons turns into 3, turns into 4. But because there's so much demand for more gold to expand that new currency, add derivatives in and all that kind of stuff, it's almost like gold would go up. Now I think I get the premise of this story. Sense the sarcasm. I only use it because it's the lowest form of humor. And I'm a bottom dweller. Even with superior reserves, it says, however, the analysts expect the impact of a gold-backed BRICS currency would be more political than economic. Well, don't you think so? I mean, I'm going to say a big old duh. It will not change the certainty of the US dollar. All right, you lost me there. I'm going to be honest with you. Do you think it will not change the centrality or the certainty of the use of the US dollar? If a gold-backed currency that many countries came up with and then many more started to use, do you not think that it would hurt the US dollar? I do. I absolutely do. Nor the dominance of US financial markets. And it's unlikely to challenge the other bulwarks, what kind of word is that, of the international monetary system, namely the policing, or policy, that's the same thing, policing and policing, pretty much spelled the same way, of imbalances by the IMF and World Bank. Gosh darn it, forgot about those two guys. They're super big. Wait a minute. No, see, they're not. They're like Great Britain was before they got bombed in the world wars and then had to switch and turn to America. You see, that's where we're at right now. The old guard's changing. We're losing it. And we're losing it to a bunch of guys, new kids on the block. They're going, we got this. We're just going to gold back our currency. I think this is actually very serious. And with all, sarcasm and satire aside, which is not very good anyway, point being is that we need to be preparing. So I buy gold. I store it. I vault it. I invest in gold mining companies because you never know. I don't put a lot of money into that. I also have cash because there are going to be bouts of little crashes all over the country in little different asset classes. And there's some things that are uncertain, right? How high inflation is going to go, how high the Fed's going to have to raise rates, how deep this economic crash is going to be. But there is one thing that's certain. All roads lead to gold going higher over the long term. So that's where I put my money. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm telling you right now, I believe that all roads lead to gold having a very shiny future. Will it go up in the short term more than Bitcoin? Probably not. Will it drop as hard as Bitcoin? Probably not. Jay Bravo. I didn't call you back because I had nothing nice to say. But you see my point. People like Johnny trades the charts. They're looking at the emotional reactions, both to the high and the lows of gold, of stocks. But I'm telling you right now, what we are experiencing is something that we have never experienced before in our country's history, and that is our country losing the massive adoption of our currency and losing the world's reserve currency status. Every week, it seems like a new country is coming out and saying, we're no longer using the dollar in trade, we're going to use the yuan. We're no longer using this, we're going to use that. That's my point. And I think it's a big story, but hey, only time will tell. I hope you guys get something out of this. Please put down in the comments what you think about BRICS. Do you think it's going to be big? Is it going to rival the dollar? And what do you think? What are your price predictions? That's what I want to hear for gold by January of 2024. That's the really exciting part. Hope you guys have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.